Another fresh cart. Ooh, pirates. Right, well, I drove an hour and 20 minutes today to Burnham, Pennsylvania, and we are sitting outside the Goodwill. We're about to head in and see what we can find to buy and flip for a profit. Here we go. Kind of love this. It's a bird feeder. It's a blue jay bird feeder. I think I'm gonna grab that. And then I'm just doing a quick scan. And then we'll circle back, of course, but check out these. Those are like butterfly wall hangers. These are definitely vintage. We're gonna stick those in here. We have all of this Jeanette down here. This is the iris and herringbone pattern. I think it's all actually iris and herringbone. That's a whole lot of it. I don't really do much with that. This is pretty. It's very MCM. We have the speakeasy sale coming up on knickknacks. I've been calling it the barware train, but essentially it's a sale for all things entertaining. And this is $3.99. I think that's fantastic. We're gonna add that. Oh my gosh, it is so packed in here today. Not just with people, but with stuff. Let's see. Those are cute. I like the yellow daisies on those. I feel like I'm missing things. This is for toothbrushes, I think, right? Maybe. Right, just make sure I didn't miss anything down here. And we're gonna keep going. There's some milk glass. Milk glass candle holders. Wow, look at that insulator. It's all charred up. This is originally like a aqua color. Here's some old restaurant wear. It's Jackson. This is pretty. Brenton. I feel like I may have looked at this the last time. A little bit of deja vu there. I like these. Who makes these? They're made in China. Also Carlisle. Cool, because they kind of look like folk art redware. Planter. Oh, hey, look at all this milk glass down here. There's a ton of it. Here's a little creamer for $2.99. Assuming this is your open sugar. I love this stuff for winter. I might grab some of it. There's candle holders down below. Just a few weeks ago, I had to leave some candle holders behind because I didn't have enough cash. You guys remember the day that Goodwill was cash only? I had some candle holders that I had to, unfortunately, leave behind. It was kind of a bummer. This is $2.99. And this is $2.99 as well. So I usually pick up the milk glass because I like pairing it with my colored glass. What is this? Hand painted exclusively for something. I definitely looked at that last week. Number 9. It's not lucky number 13. Okay, so here we are over in the holiday and the fall decor. It's a grouping of chickens. Thought that looked a little bit like Paddington, but it's not, right? Biolowski Treasury. I'm not familiar with that one. There's a candle holder with a pumpkin on it. Fun fall decor. Although I've noticed a lot of the antique mall booths are currently switching over to Christmas. So I feel like I need to be focused more on Christmas than picking up fall booth decor. I wonder if that's supposed to sit on a underplate. There's a vintage plate. Santa's snack. Okay. That freaked me out at first because I thought there was somebody standing there in a Pikachu costume. $3.99. Those actually have some age. Mercer. Oh, those are Mercer. Okay. I've heard of that one before. So those actually have some age. Little serving bowls, $3.99. This is something I would put on my table for the holidays. I usually do blue and white. I'll stick those in here. Only $3.99 a piece. They do have some discoloration, but when they're old like that, it's kind of to be expected. A lot of my antique blue and white plates and dishes do have a little bit of crazing and discoloration. Williamsburg, Virginia. Okay, I'm not seeing any fun salt and pepper shakers this time around. There is a turtle ashtray. It's got a fun green glaze. Oh, here's some shakers. I think these are leftover from last time I was here, though, a few weeks ago. I don't see anything new that's exciting. There's actually silverware. Oh, there's actually silverware in there. That was not expected. There's some salt glaze. Stroops. It's BBP. Ooh, it's $9.99. Wow. That's surprising because it's personalized. There's a whole bag of furniture hardware. There's been times throughout the years where I have picked up furniture hardware and done very well with it. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to piece it all out. Make sure you have all of those screws and all the pieces. So I don't think I want to really mess with that. Alright, so I'm doing another round over here. Looking a little deeper. These are really adorable napkin rings. Looks like this one's been repaired though. They are made in Japan. We have a few Sebastian miniatures that have been hanging around for a while. Down here, I think these are German. That one's got a chip. Probably or punch cups. There might be a piece, like a punch bowl or something around here somewhere. Here's a bag of rocks for $1.99. Kind of funny. This looks English. Oh, hey, look at that. Royal Ducks. Dukes. Is there a price on it? $3.99. I'll take that over the BBP any day. That's pretty good, as long as there's no chips or cracks. I think we're good on that. I love seeing that little triangle on the bottom. Alright, now let's stick it in the cart. See, I'm glad I did a second round. Get a little closer towards the back. This is a pretty form. I think it's just contemporary though. This is vintage. I've seen these before. This is a gravy boat. It's got a little spout too. Kind of fun. So if you want to do like below the fat, you can pour this way, and if you want to get some fat on there, you do it that way. Gravy separator. Those are pretty neat. This one's got some chips on it though. There's a pair of figurines. This one's Primitives by Kathy. I may have looked at that the other week. It's funny that I tend to pick the same things up over and over again. Who makes that? It looks like Portugal. It's made in Portugal. It would have had a cup though. We're missing the cup. Apple shaker. And there's a ton of our Robinson Ramsbottom pottery up here. They all have the stencils. It looks like these are Amish themed. Going home with the horse and buggy. This one's recess. So I liked the stencil on these. I'm not going to grab them, but I like the stencil because if you look over here, I think, is this one a stencil as well? It's hard to tell. A lot of the times when you see the RRP, it'll be like a transfer, and the transfer over time begins to yellow, and you can really tell. I think this is a transfer. I don't know. It's a little bit different than the others. Here's two more, and they are signed by the artist. Dated 1988. Pretty cool. I may have looked at that giant tile last time. Yeah, home interiors. It's kind of cool. It's got like an old look to it. Back here. Come here. There we go. I think this is Westmoreland, $4.99. It's that pretty yellow with the articulated edge. This is probably like $8 to $12. I really like it, but I don't know if it's worth grabbing for $4.99. I think I'm gonna leave that one. We'll move it down though so somebody can see it. It's not hidden in the back. I wonder what these things are. It's like a whole box of whatever they are. There is a shaker, single shaker. You could pair it with that apple shaker, make them friends. This is a painted bottle. Originally clear, painted green. This looks curious. Come here, you. I think that's England. The marking is covered up. But it looks like it might be England. I might peel it. See if I can peel it without. Oh, it is England. Ooh, made in England. But who's it made by? I can't figure it out. I don't want to pull it too far. It just says made in England. H&K. Not familiar with that, but I do like it. And I don't see any chips or cracks. That looks like... What is that? Oh, Salmon Falls. Sweet. This is $9.99. That would be worth picking up. I'm pretty sure Salmon Falls stopped production a few years ago, so $9.99. A lot of the time, the image on the Salmon Falls is blueberries because it is up in New England. It's either New Hampshire or Maine. Oh, it probably says on the label, huh? Maine. Dover, Maine. Something orchid pot. I think that's for orchids. Just realized they're restocking. I didn't notice that earlier. Maybe that's why new stuff is showing up on the shelves. Speaking of Robinson Ramsbottom, here we go. These are vintage Robinson Ramsbottom dog dishes for $4.99. There's two of them. I think they're two different sizes. Maybe they're the same. They look two different sizes, but I think they're the same. $4.99 each. Those are always fun. Oh, that one's cracked. This one, let's look. That one's in good condition. We'll grab it. Alright, let's see what new stuff snuck onto the shelves while I was distracted. This looks like Lennox. Yep, we have Lennox on the sticker. That's kind of pretty. I don't know. It doesn't really have the greatest value. Alright, well, I'd say we did pretty well today. I'm kind of glad I went back to look a little harder because I wouldn't have found a few of those things. That's pretty. Signed. Can't read it though. Signed legibly. $2.99. I think I'll leave it. I just had a studio pottery sale over on Knickknacks to purge some of my studio pottery. I don't think I need to pick any up yet. I say that, and then the next thing I pick up is going to be studio pottery. Gosh, look at all these fun buttons. I have so many buttons on my desk at the, the shop because there's just something about a jar of buttons. You know what I'm saying? Like as a kid, I just used to dig through my mom's buttons. They're just so mesmerizing and fun. I feel like I want to buy a jar of buttons, and I don't need a jar of buttons. Also, they're really cool old canning jars. So there's that. They've got that going for them. These look like old underwear buttons. That's what we used to call them when we dug in the dumps. These little itty bitty ones. We used to always call them underwear buttons. I don't know if that's actually what they were used for. There's a lot of them in there. They must have had a lot of underwear. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'd be tempted if there was like some big fun ones like that. That little heart one right there is fun. I like the heart one. Ooh, there's a pretty gold looking one in there too. I don't know. Maybe I'll grab this jar. $4.99. That jar also has some fun buttons. It could be some sort of uniform button. There's a button in there. Alright, another jar of button, $4.99. And then here's another jar of buttons for $4.99. With another uniform button in there. That one's got some age. That one's got oxidation on it. That looks like one we would have dug out of a dump. Same with this guy here. One of my favorite things to dig up when I was metal detecting was always buttons. Coins and buttons. Just round things in general. Another fresh cart. Ooh, Pyrex. There's a little Pyrex. It's $4.99. It does look pretty yucky, but it's not dishwasher damage. It's just like schmutz. So I think that would actually clean up. I think I'm going to take it with us. Little Pyrex, little milk glass, a few jars of buttons. Say we did all right today. Oh, wait. Oh, made in Canada. I thought that this was Monroe Salt Works. It's not. Something made in Canada. I don't know what that would be. All right, well, our total spend here today was $78, and we got some pretty cool stuff. I'm actually excited about what we got. And it was funny because I've noticed that like once I start to get bored, like I have to start digging. That's usually when I start to find cool stuff, like the salmon falls and that English little pitcher, and like I was excited about that. So that was good. I'm probably gonna move on now in the video here, but I wanted to remind all of you that if you're looking for anything that you saw in this video, I have been selling everything on knickknacks.net. So that is NIKNAX.net. There are currently 3,600 sellers on Knickknacks and just about 30,000 members, and it is growing very, very fast. So come on over and join us for all of your collectibles, vintage, antiques. It's a lot of fun. There's usually live sales happening all day, every day. So yeah, it's a great place to be. And I guess I will see all of you tomorrow. So long.
All right, guys, I got one more.
Cool. You got data U-size football.
That's not just any football. This was my football. Autographed by Joe Cool himself. The Niners, they used to practice right down the street from where I lived at Sierra College. Every day after school, me and my buddies would walk by the fence and try and get autographs, but I never could get Joe's, until one day I saw him walking by. So I said, "Hey Joe," and I launched a football over the fence at him. He says, "Nice arm, kid. Got a pen?" So I walk over to the fence and he signs the ball for me. Then he chucks it back over, but I wasn't ready for it. I bobbled it and I dropped it right in some gum.
You dropped a pass from John Montana?
Anyway, years later, I met your mom at that same school. And I knew she was the one immediately, but I was broke. This was the only thing that I had that was valuable. So I took it to the local pawn shop and they gave me credit towards her ring that she's wearing right now. I never saw it again. Where did you find this?
I got it on knickknacks.net.